everyone. So I'm a dummy when it comes to baking. I can cook regular food because all you have to do is, throw in a little bit of this, throw a little bit of that, and it all depends on what you're in the mood for, and it more or less works. But with baking, it's very precise. Maybe, it's a little more sciencey, and I don't have an inclination towards that. So it never works, so I've never tried it. But because I'm so sure I'm going to fail, I have a lot of confidence in my failure. This recipe really worked, and my husband's a dessert person, so I thought I'll bake him a cake for, I think it was his birthday, and it worked. And then we made it again on Valentine's Day a couple of weeks ago, and again, it came out even better. It's an easy recipe, but there are a lot of steps, so it can get a little. You want to put aside like half a day for it, because you don't want to be rushed and you want to be calm. You don't want to be stressed out. So I tried it, and it's so good, and I'm so impressed with myself. So it's one of those things that will work. So do try it out, and I'll put a link in the description box, and you can go to the exact recipe because you've got to give people credit for their work. So you can find that there, but in this video, you can just see how we did it because I'm not a baker. So for me, it helps to see someone doing it. So check it out, and let's go back to Valentine's Day. Hi everyone. So it's the night before Valentine's Day, and here we are baking something for the big day. And I have my sous chef, who is none other than Mr.
Hello.
So let's move on to the first step, which is to combine the flour, baking powder and salt into a large bowl. So this time I used the strainer, and I think it made a difference. So do this, guys, for sure. The next step is to separate the eggs into two bowls, and let's take a moment to appreciate the egg yolks. Oh my god, look at how yellow it is. And this is not from my farmer's market, this is from this brand. And I found it really cool that they listed the name of the farm, so Johnson Farms. So the cool thing is you can go to the website, type in the farm name, and get a 360 view of all the chickens. Okay, I need to stop obsessing over eggs. So the next step is to add sugar. It's about 3/4 cup sugar, and then we mix it to the egg yolks and mix on high speed until the yolks are pale yellow. And look at my son, he was attempting it without holding the bowl. I tell you, the optimism of teenagers. In the meantime, I prepared a 9 by 13 inch ceramic pan. I just coated it with a little non-stick olive oil and sprayed it, and then dusted some flour on it. I don't think that last step is in the recipe. And here the eggs are coming along well, and it's definitely looking pale yellow. And here I've mixed the milk and the maple syrup. And the vanilla. I had just combined the two together. 1/3 cup milk and vanilla, and then you just combine those two. Next, we pour the egg yolk mixture over the flour mixture, and we stir it gently just until combined. And we're to make sure that we don't overmix. Okay, and now we're going to beat the egg whites on high speed, and we will also gradually add 1/4 cup of sugar until it forms stiff peaks. Now, I'm embarrassed to tell you that I didn't know what stiff peaks are, but we figured it out, and I'll show you what it actually means. This is, like I said, is for the novice, beginner, or dummy bakers like me. So this is starting to look good, guys, but it's definitely not there yet. Okay, looking better. Let's check. You have to put it out straight. Pick it up straight. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Quite stiff. Now that's a stiff peak, guys, when it's not flopping over. So it's nice and firm like that. And now we gently fold this batter into the other batter that we had. And as you can see, this is moving like a slow moving glacier. And this was a lot of fun to gently fold it, and we want to make sure we don't overmix here because we want the cake to be nice, airy and bubbly. I love the colors, like that lovely white cream color with folding in with that pale yellow. What a pleasant sensory experience. Then we just pour it into the prepared pan and smooth out the surface, and it's ready to go into the oven, which we had preheated at 350 degrees. So it goes in there for 25 to 35 minutes, but I think I checked around 25, and it came out clean. You know, the skewer I put in, it came out clean. So it depends on your oven really, so you want to be mindful of that. And here I have some strawberries. You can cut it this way, or you could even leave some of the green stem on. That's a really nice contrast to the white icing. The other thing you could do is add a little sugar and keep it so it's super sweet. But you know, we didn't do that this time.
So I'm training him to be a great Valentine in the future, right? So you can bake a very nice cake for someone special, someone lucky. What did you say, sir?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Okay.
So our cake is cooling here, and this is not a baking rack. It's actually a crisper tray that I bought from Costco, and it really came handy. I love it when things double up as something else. That way you can save kitchen space, and you also feel somewhat smart and intelligent. Also guys, this cake will shrivel a little bit, but do not worry, that is totally normal. Okay, so now we come to the tres leches part. So the reason why it's called tres leches, which translates to 3 milks, is because we use 3 types of milk: evaporated milk, condensed milk, and regular milk. Now we just combine all 3 milks and then just give it a good mix. Poke holes all over the cake with a fork and then pour the tres leches. And then you want to leave it in the fridge for a few hours, and ideally you want to leave it overnight because all this leches goodness just soaks into the cake and it's just absolutely delicious. Okay, and here I have some heavy whipping cream. It's about a pint, and added 1 tablespoon of sugar, even though they asked us for 3 tablespoons because, you know, we don't like it to be too cloyingly sweet. And honestly, 1 tablespoon was pretty good. You know, the flavors came together really well. And then we added some vanilla extract also. And you want to make sure that you know, the whipping cream is at the right consistency, so it needs to be a little fluffy. It shouldn't solidify. It just, you know, in a matter of seconds it becomes really solid. So you want it to be somewhat fluffy like it is on this cake. And you can see that I've taken over at this point, and I, you know, took charge because I wanted to use this spreader which I bought, and of course the brand again is OXO, which I love. And you know, it just made spreading the cream a lot easier. Okay, and this step is very important. I was afraid the first time I made it to add so much cinnamon, but do use it liberally because, you know, it does not make it very strong and cinnamony. It just gives it a nice subtle taste. It just brings it all together. So go ahead and use it as much as you want. So we have quite the ambitious plan to make a heart here on the cake. I think it's coming together, or at least it was. I don't know about the last strawberry. So anyway, this is what it looked like. And we should have just left it at this, but then we got overly ambitious and a little too confident in our newly found skills. And we started adding a whole bunch of strawberries to the middle and ruined the entire look. So this is what our cake looked like the first time we made it. So we suggest this, or you could just have some strawberries on the side. Here is a messy cross section of what the cake was. We were unfortunately so impatient we ate up the whole cake, but you can see it was so nice, moist and juicy. The cream was very fluffy and the strawberries were nice and crisp. So it was a fantastic contrast and went together so well. So guys, hope you like that, and do come back for the next video. And you can see, I'll try to show a little bit of California where I live, my life, recipes that actually work. So stay connected, stay in touch, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.